Hello, I'm Berni Xiong, Life Spark with Berni Xiong LLC at www.bernixiong.com. Today is Monday, January 10th, 2011, and this is episode 6 of Get a Life Spark. Thank you everybody again for sending in your questions. Today's question is raised by Jamie in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She asks, what is the most effective way of using social networking to further my small business? Wonderful question, Jamie. Thank you so much for asking that. It's such a pivotal thing right now during this day and age, at this time in the competitive world we live in, that we best understand how to maximize social networking to improve our brand, whether we are a small business owner, whether we own a large corporation, or whether we are dislocated and we're looking for work. So I have a two-part answer to your question, Jamie. The first part is, before establishing what social networking channels to use and how to best use them, it's best to understand what it is in our business that we're trying to convey to our audience in our messaging. You know, number one, who is our audience that we're talking to? Do we have an ideal client in mind? What do they look like? Where do they live? What do they do? Are they married? Do they have kids or not? And then secondly, what value do we provide that will compel them to want to pick up that phone and give us a call and say, hey, I want to learn more about your services. In fact, I want to buy your product or service. It's so important that we make ourselves relatable and that our messaging is so clear and concise that we understand how we are strategically letting them know how we can serve them and how we can help them make their lives a little bit easier, a little bit better, whatever their concern is, so that when they're listening to our messaging for that product or service, that they best understand, wow, I get it. That's how he or she is able to help me. I gotta pick up the phone and give them a call right now. Once you've established those things, you've got your ideal client in mind, you've got the good sound messaging that's really going to help relay how you can serve others, how you can help, how you differentiate, what sets you apart. Then that's when you should go out and figure out what kind of social media channels are best for you. I'd have to say that I love social media networking. In the over 2 years that I've been in my business, I have not spent a dime on traditional advertising or marketing. Everything has been done through word of mouth or social networking, which is usually very, very inexpensive, mostly free. And so you can't beat that. I mean, definitely you invest time in doing this, but you learn so much from incorporating social networking into your life. It does a lot of different things for you. A, it helps you to establish credibility so that your brand becomes stronger and becomes more recognized by people. B, it also develops a network of friends and advocates and champions and family around you, so that you aren't just a commodity product or service. You actually become a real live person that people can value because they can put a face and a personality and a behavior with the product or service. And if your messaging is right and you've got a great brand, you have a very, very strong following. And then lastly, it just really helps others to see that you're not just an avatar on the screen, a robot that they're buying a product or service from. I mean, again, it depends on what industry you're in and what profession you're in. Some of your clients might not care if you are a person because maybe they just want to buy something on the cheap. However, you can provide value in what it is that you're offering them. It makes it so much more worth the money that they put into purchasing your product or service, because they've really gotten to know you on a very personal level. They see that you're credible, they see you're competent, they see you're confident, and they want to do business with you for whatever reason you make them feel better. And so those are so important to understand before you go out there and you start spreading your message in social media channels. So now the second part is, okay, I've got my messaging down, I've got my brand down, I know what I want to say, I know who I want to reach, I know where I want to go. So now with the social media channels, there are a ton of stuff out there on the internet you can do for free or cheap. And so your question is probably, well, where do I start? What do I use? How do I know what's most effective? What if I spent all this time on Facebook, but Twitter was better? I don't know, because I don't know what I don't know. And so the best way to answer that question for you is that I had to try out by trial and error. I had to try a few different things to best understand, A, did this bring to me the clientele I wanted or not? Or, you know, was I able to get more leads and referrals by using this space? Am I even good at this space? Should I even be doing this myself, or should I, you know, hire somebody to be my social media champion? And so those are all the questions that are always going to be, you know, residing in your head. But it's just, again, it's just a matter of trial and error, figuring out what doesn't work. If it doesn't work, throw it out. Try something else until it works, and model after successful people to see what they're doing. It may not always work for you, but at least you can try it to see whether or not it was effective for you. And if it is, you keep doing it, you keep showing up, keep your messaging consistent and strong, and then you just keep repeating that process over and over and over, because repetition is key to achieving sales. And then, again, like I said, model after those who are successful. You aren't going to know everything in the business. You aren't going to know everything in your industry. You're not even going to know everything when it comes to social networking. I don't even know, and I would say I'm pretty well versed. There are things popping up every day that I don't even know what they are. So seek out your resources, ask them questions, and with the information they provide you, use your best discretion and try things out. And you know what? If you get set back, it's okay. Try something else, like I said, until it works. And if it works, keep using it, keep using it, keep using it, keep showing up, keep showing up, keep showing up. Be consistent. Repeat that process, and then you'll just find yourself in a great place where you're being valuable to other people. They expect to see you now. They love what you have to say because your messaging is consistent and strong. And before you know it, you've got a really good following. So I hope that answers your question, Jamie. Thank you so much again for asking it. Everybody, please send in your questions or scenarios for episode 7. I love hearing these questions. So again, thank you for putting me on the spot. I love it. This is awesome. Keep it up. All right, everybody, make it a wonderful week. I will see those of you who are able to come to my last appearance on Saturday, January 15th at Bucket Works, 6 p.m. We're celebrating 1-year anniversary for Life After Hate, my buddies. Wonderful online publication at lifeafterhate.org. And that's also my official, unofficial going away party before I depart Milwaukee. So hopefully I can see you there. If not, I'll definitely see you next week, Monday, on the next video blog, episode 7. Have a wonderful week, everybody.